we've had well-known e-commerce platforms in all kinds of different verticals tell us that payments is hard. And that's why we built Shuttle. Fundamentally and foremost, we built Shuttle because handling multiple payment service providers within a platform, providing those features to merchants and end customers gets increasingly difficult the more payment service providers there are and the bigger your platform becomes. And that's not even touching some of the things around PCI compliance and those regulatory issues. The sheer maintenance and integration of payment services when you have a team of developers who are used to building an e-commerce product or a accounting product, whatever that is, wherever those payments need to sit, that's what your team is used to. And so if you want to go and build and maintain payment services, you have to develop an in-house team of payment experts on the technical side, but also on the commercial side. And then you have to figure out ways to actually service your customers who will come to you first because you are the software platform that they are using about their payments issues. They won't go to their payment service provider because they see you as the point of contact and the one providing the better support around what's happened to that particular transaction. So look, payment, like e-commerce companies say it is a major challenge. The bigger they get, the more mature they get to actually manage multiple payment services and provide those new payment features that they need within their platform. And that's why they come to Shuttle, because out of the box, we give them all of the components that they need to run payment features within their platform. And we give them the commercial model to help them monetize payments. So we go and get commercial deals with all the different payment service providers. And then we provide a revenue share back on the first dollar to that software platform. So they are able to actually turn that what was an extremely costly exercise, an ongoing exercise in terms of payment integrations, into a revenue generating stream. And that's without limiting them to a single payment service provider, which is dangerous in our opinion for the future, because there are more payment services than ever. Merchants want the payment services that they've agreed and they see right for reaching their customer base. And so they expect their platforms to actually go and integrate and work with those different payment services, but it's not feasible. It's just not feasible for software platforms to do that. So if you want to basically get rid of this headache, you can work with Shuttle to deliver payments features into your platform and effectively future-proof payments. Whatever payment services are coming down the track that you don't have today or that your customers want, that is what Shuttle will deliver into your platform. And you get to white label it, you get to manage it, you get to make it work in your platform as you need, but you don't have to manage those connection screens. You don't have to manage those views of payments. You don't care how payments work in terms of all these different payment service providers. You just need to know how Shuttle and you work with payments. And then you are good to go. You're good to basically onboard any merchant from anywhere in the world because you have the payment features that they need. And it's really just to equip them to sell as much as possible to their end customers. So let me show you a little bit of the platform. So the first thing to say about Shuttle from a technical perspective is, yes, we have a REST API. That's what you expect, and that's how you will begin your integration process. But we've separated out our API and the configuration. So it means that you don't have to keep writing code to enable more and more payment services in your product. You can do the coding once, programming once. Sure, there'll be updates with Shuttle occasionally, but you can then go and do the configuration, and you can run multiple products off of the same integration. So you can do your configuration in our management portal. That's our second component, the management portal. That is your gateway, your view, your portal to everything in terms of the configuration, the views of payments, manage your different team members from customer service to technical. But you will see through our management portal how you can actually enable different payment processors, payment providers with the check of a button. And then you'll see what availability you have around the globe to onboard customers who have payment requirements. The next component that we have is the merchant setup. So your customers are going to have to actually connect different payment services, and they may want to connect more than one. So we provide a connection suite and set of screens that whatever that payment service is that they want to connect will handle those connection flows, and it will be delivered inline, embedded within your platform. So maybe you've got an admin screen where you have your merchant go and they connect a payment service. You can drop in our out-of-the-box component to have your customer actually connect up whatever payment services that they want. Once that's completed, they are ready to take payments. So yeah, so the next component that we have is a checkout component. That is a smart and dynamic component. So whatever your customer, your merchant has set up, that checkout will show those different payment services and methods to the end customer who can go and buy the product or service effectively. So, you know, maybe they've set up cards and PayPal or another payment method. That checkout is going to show those methods, and you as the platform, you don't need to actually even know what payment methods have been set up. We'll handle all of that stuff in the middle. You just need to know that this is your client XYZ, and they are wanting to trigger a checkout, and we'll handle the rest. You can drop our checkout in line in your kind of cart flow. You can use it in a popover, you can use it in a new window, however you want. The key thing to understand is that the UX, the look and feel of it, is always going to be the same experience, because we are making all of those different payment service providers that your customers are connecting look and work the same, so that you can guarantee what that experience is going to be like. We'll handle all the 3DS flows. So if the end customer has to go off and authenticate their payment, we'll handle all those flows and return to your platform. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Whatever your customers set up, that's going to be available in the checkout. And then the final component that I want to talk about is what we call the merchant view. So the merchant view, again, you can embed this in your backend, in your admin screens if you want, but it's a view of every single payment per customer, and you can make those views available to your customers and your customer service teams to see what's going on with payments. We have a number of different UIs in there and features, like you can do refunds and recurring payments and see all of those kind of things, but it gives your customer the ability, without having to go off to their payment service provider, to actually see what's going on with those transactions. So maybe a transaction failed, maybe you don't represent that in your order pages, but our merchant view will tell you and the customer why that transaction failed, and they can go around and rectify that. And then finally, if you're integrating multiple payment service providers, you're going to be getting lots of different webhooks. So with Shuttle, you're just going to get the Shuttle webhooks. You don't have to translate all of those crazy different error messages from different payment service providers. We're going to do that on your behalf, and we're going to post that back to you, and you can you can just sit back and relax in terms of only having to deal with one set of webhooks from Shuttle.